Hello everyone, myself M.A. Mahant, working in Computer Science and Engineering Department as an Assistant Professor in Walchand Institute of Technology, Solapur. Today we are going to discuss the topic Phase Development Process in Software Engineering. The learning outcomes are, at the end of this session, student will be able to describe different phases of software engineering, also describe importance of software engineering. First, we are going to see the definition of software engineering. Software engineering is a systematic approach of developing the software. This is a set of phases or activities. This is the set of phases or activities. The end product is developed software. This is also called as SDLC, means Software Development Life Cycle. There are two types of software. One is application software and second one is system software. Application software is used in the commercial organization. The software such as Microsoft Visual Basic, Java programming, these are the application software. ERP software is the application software which is used for commercial purpose. System software is nothing but the software which is used or the programming language which is used to develop the another software. For example, C, C++, Microsoft VC++, these are the system software. Software development life cycle which consisting of this communication phase, requirement gathering phase, feasibility study phase, system analysis phase, software design phase, coding phase, testing phase, integration phase, implementation phase, operational maintenance phase, and disposition phase. These are all the phases of software engineering. The first phase is communication phase. In this phase, this is the first step where the user initiates the request for a desired software product. He contacts the service provider and tries to negotiate the terms. He submits his request to the service providing organization in writing. The people who collect the data for the project are called as analysts. Two methods are used for a data collection from the customer or client. The first one is interviews and second one is questionnaire. In interviews, analyst will be went to different departments of the organization for whom they are developing the project software product. So here the analyst will be communicating with different heads of different departments of their user and taking the interview of the head of the department or taking the key person of the department. So here through the interview they are collecting the data. Here analyst will be taking the interview of department heads and the concerned people in that department, and he'll be taking interview of that person and he'll be collecting the data through that interview. In questionnaire, the analyst will be preparing the questionnaires of near about 500 to 800 questions, and he went to the client side. And at the client side, he will be visiting only the manager of that organization or dean of that organization or the head person of that organization, and he will be collecting the answer of each and every question. So in that questionnaire, he will be collecting the data. So these two methods are used for the data collection. Next is requirement gathering. This step onward, the software development team works to carry on the project. The team holds discussions with various stakeholders from problem domain and tries to bring out as much as information as possible on the requirements. The requirements are contemplated and surrogated into the user requirements, system requirements, and functional requirements. The requirements are collected using a number of practices as given, studying the absolute system and software, conducting interviews of users and developers, referring to the database, or collecting the answers from the questionnaire. Next is feasibility study. After requirement gathering, the team comes up with the rough plan of software process. At this step, the team analyzes if a software can be made up to fulfill all requirements of the user and if there is any possibility of software being no more useful. It is found out if the project is financially, practically and technologically feasible for the organization to take up. There are many algorithms are available which help the developer to conclude the feasibility of a software project. Next phase is required analysis and specification. So at this step, the developer decides a roadmap for their plan and try to bring up the best software model suitable for the project. System analysis include understanding of software product limitation, learning system related to problems, and change to be done in the existing system uh, before, beforehand, identifying and addressing the impact of project on organization and personnel, etc. The project can analyze the scope of the project and plan the schedule and resources accordingly. The output of this phase is called SRS document. SRS means software requirement specification. In SRS document, all the customer requirements are specified. The people working in this phase are called analysts. Data can be collected manually or by using the automation. Next is software design. Next step is to bring down whole knowledge of requirements and analysis on the desk and design the software product. The inputs from users and information gathered in requirement gathering phase are the inputs of this step. The output of this step comes in the form of two designs: logical design and physical design. Engineers produce metadata and the data dictionaries, logical diagram, data flow diagram, and some cases pseudocodes. There are three types of design: architectural design, low level design, and high level design or detailed design. In architectural design, you have to decide the whether it is two-tier architecture or three-tier architecture, whether what is the front end, what is back end. Here in low level design, you will be only mention your requirements into the SRS, and you have to design the part in the low level design. In high level design, they are using some UML diagrams, and also they are writing some algorithms. In detailed design, they are writing algorithms for certain modules. Also, they are referring the UML diagrams such as the ER diagram, then class diagram, then behavioral diagram, then activity diagram, etc. Coding phase. So this step is also known as the programming phase. The implementation of software design starts in terms of writing program code in a suitable programming language and developing error-free executable programs efficiently. Designing detailed document is an input to this phase. All modules are written in some specified programming language. Number of programs, files are created by using designing document. Operating system, software, database software are chosen in this phase. All programs are integrated together. Number of coded programs are output of this phase. Next is testing phase. An estimate says that 50% of whole software development process should be tested. Errors may ruin the software from critical level to its own removal. Software testing is done by while coding by developers, and through testing is conducted by testing experts at various levels of code such as module testing, program testing, product testing, in-house testing, and testing the product at user's end. Early discovery of errors and their remedy is the key to reliable software. So, it's testing phase, we have to identify bugs and we have to remove that bugs by using certain techniques. So, in this way, we can make our software error free in the testing phase. So, in testing phase, different types of testings are applied. Then, next phase is integration. This means installing in the software on user's machine. At time, software needs post installation configuration at user end. Software tested for portability and adaptability and integration related issues are solved during the implementation. So in integration, we have to integrate the module and we have to just deploy software at the client side. Next phase is implementation phase. Software may need to integrate with the libraries, database, and the other programs. So this stage of SDLC is involved in the integration of software with other world entities. Next phase is operation and maintenance. So this phase confirms that software operation in terms of more efficiently and less errors. If required, the user are trained on or aided with the documentation on how to operate the software and how to keep the software operational. The software is maintained timely by updating the code and according to the changes taking place in the user environment and environment technology. This phase faced many challenges from hidden bugs and real world unidentified problems. This is the last phase of software development. In this phase, whole software will be installed at the customer location. Each user starts operating this software in the organization. All the criteria of the operation are tested by using this software. So customer support is provided by the development organization. Maintenance can be done periodically by software engineers. Writers are preparing manuals for the software system for users of that organization. Now I am going to ask one question to all the students, and you have to answer that question. The people working a requirement analysis and specification phase are called as. The options are analyst, tester, programmer, designer. So pause the video and write the answer. The answer is A, analyst. So the people working in required analysis and specification phase are called as a analyst. So these are the phases of software engineering. Now next part is the importance of software engineering. See, software engineering plays an important role in education, commercial organization, research, social media, military and government organization. So many research domains are available in software engineering such as IoT, big data, Hadoop, networking, machine learning, deep learning, etc. So different softwares are used in different research purpose. Automation can be done in every industry sector. These are the references. Thank you.